Hello? What is going on? Which files are we editing today? Several of them. We are editing the files that you use to make the games, and probably the compilers. Well, probably mostly the compilers. Okay. Right now, I did a significant thing and off stream. However, I need to fix all the no check-ins so I could check it in, because you shouldn't check in something that is no check-in, right? That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Is it true we are working on another game besides Sokoban? Well, we announced one other game, and there may or may not be two other ones. Glad you like the games? Glad you like the games? Okay. Okay, this one I have to actually do. Scope close macro. All right, so I'm making this test. All right, so we want to say okay. I want to say defer print, this goes second. Okay. And then we're going to call this let's put this here. Okay, wait. What order are these actually going to happen in? Instead of saying this goes first, this goes second, right? Let's say body of macro, defer inside macro. Okay, and then defer in procedure. All right, something like that. Maybe this will not work. Statements in block after return. Okay. Body of macro, defer inside macro, defer in procedure. Wait. Why are we saying defer in procedure twice? That seems bad. That it seems like a bug. Oh, it's because we don't handle scope macro correctly. This is the reason I made this test, was to test so that we know when we have implemented this thing. The problem is when the macro finishes, it's running the defers all the way up the stack, which includes this one. We don't want that because this defer is local to the macro. As long as they come to GOG, you'll get them. I mean, GOG is not one of the major storefronts that we deal with anymore. And so it just takes overhead. I mean, we'll probably sign with them again. They're nice to work with, I guess, but we just don't make that much there. So as a small company that wants to keep our overhead down, it's like, Guys, Battle Royale was the cool clone genre 2 years ago. Now it's like, I'm sure everybody is making their Among Us clone or whatever. And those will all come out this summer. Okay. So I have to do a scope macro. How do I do that? I think we just walk up to the point where somebody has a macro expansion block. Let's see, what's it called? No. Let's try that. Okay. That is the correct order. Now the problem is, if we want this to be an automated test, we want to make a function. Okay, so here's what we do. Because we want, if the order of these things happens differently, if the order of operations due to bugs with defer macros, etc., test value will change. See, because we're going to multiply and then add and then multiply and then add, right? So we're going to say defer test value times equals 7, right? Test value times equals 11. Okay. And then once we figure out what it actually is, we'll assert, and that will ensure that it doesn't change. So the order of F and G is actually, okay. So we want test value plus equals 1. Actually, hold on. We do the macro, it's like 1 on the way into here. We want to say, we want to put the add in here, I guess, right? And then so are we calling this F and G anymore? Yeah, down here. Let's put these down here. Okay, 44. Does that make sense? Probably. So we start, it's 1. We call this other. We do the macro. It's times 3 plus 1. So that's 4 times 11. Right. And then it's 44 here, but then it's going to get multiplied by 7. So it's really at the end of all this, 304. If we put this down here, 308. That shows you how good I am at multiplying. Would it be easier to append a number to a list? Maybe. I don't know. But then the checking for correctness is annoying. I mean, I guess you could check that it's monotonically increasing or something. Okay. This is great. What else do I do before checking this in? Oh yeah, well we have more no check-ins, that's for sure. Is there anything? Okay, so hold on. So this is a defer inside the macro. We want to defer test we want backtick defer as well. Let's try this. Like that. Oh, we have to make it a macro. There we go. I guess we need to automated test this as well. What? So we multiply by 2, we add 1. We multiply by, I don't know, 11. All right, so 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, is 33, right? So like that. Dope. How did I mess that up? 3? Oh, because this runs at the outer. Yeah, okay. We got to do this. It was 33, just not at the time at which we did the test. If I considered a dependency system like Rust's cargo, no. No, all that stuff can go jump off a fucking cliff. Shouldn't I add before each multiplication? Yeah, I mean, I guess if we add 1 every time, is that a good idea? If the multiplies are always prime, and we add 1 every time, like, people just need to understand that your software shouldn't have dependencies. Like, you should minimize dependencies, all right? If you don't have very many dependencies, dependency management doesn't have to be a thing that you go to Burger King school to learn how to do. And you could spend that effort doing actual programming instead. I mean, saying that something like cargo is really nice or whatever, like, ship a commercial game that's 2 million lines of code. And then you can tell me if it's nice or not. But if you haven't done that, you don't know, because you haven't made a complicated enough software project in the system, which, by the way, is true of almost every Rust proponent. So, you know, I take that about as serious. I take any statement from people saying how nice languages are at about as seriously as I can take those statements, given what the people have done in the languages, which is relatively little, almost always, right? Like, again, that's the thing. If you want to make like Tux Racer, I'm not that worried about that, right? It's not that hard to make Tux Racer. Okay, let's actually do this. Let's do the idea of adding 1. And then we'll just sort of see what it comes out to. So let's go 19, 11, and 17, right? And then this one is going to be oh, we already have a 7. All right, so these are going to be much bigger numbers. So 10325. $73.04. All right, great. So if it's still working, then these are the right numbers. Now what? Well, I think we continue with the, oh, no, because I wanted to do a test with, oh, we did do our test with backtick defer. Okay. Let me make this an official test. Okay. Great. What other no check-ins do we have? Oh, let's, do I have to manually do this? All right, whatever. Let's just make sure that goes. Macros that return. There it is. Okay, great. Well, okay. So I wanted to see if we test this, for example. We should. This defers backticked, but is not inside a macro. So then, I don't understand how we okay, this is in bytecode. Okay, so we literally check this at code gen time. And so I had to do a similar thing for return. I'm going to leave this, but it's a little bit weird. So the check for returns backticks happens when we expand the macro. It happens at code generation time instead of here. Is that better? Would it be cleaner to move this there? Don't know. I can't say I feel super strongly about it either way. But sometimes, as time goes on, these things evolve. You want to put things other places. Okay. Is our last one. I kind of want to refactor this. I did a bunch of refactoring of the data structures for macros off stream. So we could see where does this get set? I guess it doesn't. Because this gets... The problem is the generated by each gets set much sooner. It gets set when the call is created. Like here. And the problem is... Yeah. This could kind of just be in macro expansion record, except it gets created earlier and it's not really convenient. All right, so that should be all the no check-ins. And I'm going to make a little bit more caffeine while we run the tests. Oh. Oh, really? Wait, what? Really? That's weird. I thought I fixed this before. Okay, well, we have a thing to fix. I fixed this problem, and now it is happening. It is happening again. Okay, we're going to have to look at that, but I don't think any of the tests will trigger this. Let's do a debug build. Wow, I'm yawning a lot, everybody. Maybe I should just go take a nap and come back later. You hope I will not delete the VOD? I don't know. I like deleting VODs, guys. Statements in block. This defers backticked, but is not. What just happened? Why did this break all of a sudden? How did I literally just do something that totally broke everything? We just ran these tests. They were fine. They were fine. What is even happening? Sometimes file editing goes wrong. I suppose that's true. We just ran this, and I just edited comments. Didn't I? What did I do? I need an instant replay, like the action streamers have. What did I do in the instant replay that broke this? I know the warnings aren't the problem. The error is the problem. I mean, I did go here. And change something. But that was just a comment about defer. Ah! Okay. This is very strange to me. Very strange. I changed something in main? I don't even have a main. Oh, you mean the main of the test. No, I don't believe that I did. Oh, this one, right. Oh, this one that's illegal. Okay, no, okay. Never mind. I intentionally broke it. See, this is how tired I am, guys. I really should take a nap and come back. What I was doing here was saying, look, it's illegal. And I didn't even read the error message. I just saw the defer is backticked. I didn't read this part. That was just me testing that we successfully check for the thing that I wanted us to check for. Oh boy. Yeah, this is going to be a short stream while I nap and then come back. Because I do want to do some major stuff tonight. It's just I want my brain to be less tired when I do it. Do we do wildcards? No, did I not put wildcards in? Oh, because we don't need to. Okay, well, I think we could check in this. And so I at least did something on this stream. Okay, guys, seriously, I am going to take a break and come back because I want to be high energy and I want to do like a serious burst of something, because now that this is done, there's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time in terms of functionality to give to people. So like it involves starting to write a module that people could use, and as well doing some work on compile time execution. Because, for example, I believe the following thing will not work, right? So if I go here, I have a program, right? And I go, array is run get array, right? So this is just going to be so if I just do this, this will not actually work right now because you can't return an array through compile time execution right now. And why is that bad? Well, because I actually wanted to go one step further and do the following thing. I want to be able to do this. All right. And why do I want to do this? Because that's part of the module that I want to write starting tonight to do some stuff with macros. It's just I'm really low energy right this second. So I think we're going to take a break and then we're going to come back and do that. At least this part, and then probably the other part. Although maybe I have a little more energy now. Maybe I'm feeling it. Let's at least start this part. Tea time. Well, I thought about getting serious caffeine, but like if I'm super tired. No, you know what? I'm going to take a nap anyway. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to come back with extra energy, and we'll see. So the short-term thing is make sure that you can return certain kinds of arrays. If I even only do that tonight, then that is better than nothing, right? Well, no, it's way better than nothing. It's a capability people have wanted for a while, right? So that'll be great by itself. Hopefully I can do that and start doing this module. But I don't want to be tired, so I'll be back in a little bit. I'm sorry for the short stream, 40 minutes. We did some stuff. We'll be back later. Bye, everybody. I need to figure out how to range my camera so that I'm not... whenever I sit up, I'm off the top. And when I kind of sit back, I'm sort of off the bottom. It's not that good. We'll figure that out later. Okay. See y'all later on. Vertical camera. No, I think I need to crop it more on the sides and then just have it be closer in so that if I'm off the bottom like this, maybe that's normal at that point. All right. Bye, everybody.